SummerSlam 2022, what the F just happened, guys? What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about reviewing and giving you the match results to SummerSlam 2022. You guys are going to get my thoughts on every single match, the entire show in a whole. As you can see, there are no figures in the ring because things went a little freaking crazy. That's all I'll say. In the main event, we still got to talk about it. Stay tuned, but let's jump into the entire show right now. Before we even jump into all the matches, I just have to say, shout out to this man right here. Yeah, shout out to this man. I think he put on an amazing show. Yeah, you guys know who he is. Triple freaking H. Kick butt show, my man. At least in my opinion. Thought this was a really good pay-per-view. Moving over here to the opening match. It was Becky Lynch going up against Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. And this being the opening match, I wasn't too thrilled about it. At first, I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this being the opening match. But they both kicked butt, bro. This match was great. I enjoyed it. It was back and forth. I really thought Becky had it at some points. But in the end, we saw Bianca Belair able to hit the KOD to Becky Lynch to pick up the victory. Thought that was pretty good. And then after the match, Becky Lynch sends her hand out to get a handshake from Bianca Belair. And I'm like, what? Becky Lynch's heel, though. What's going on here? So Becky Lynch puts her hands out. Bianca Belair shakes it, and then they hug it out. I'm like, okay, yeah, that was a pretty freaking good match. Definitely deserves a hug. That was a good match. But then Becky walks away, and here comes Bayley. At first, her music hits. I'm like, oh my God, whose music is that? Whose music is that? I'm like, oh my God, that's right. It's Bayley's. And here comes Bayley. Bayley returned with her little squad she's got now, Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. How crazy is that? Both from NXT. You could definitely tell that my boy is in charge. But anyways, they confront Bianca Belair. It looks like it's about to be a 3-on-1 beatdown. But then Becky Lynch returns and comes back to the ring to be by the side of Bianca Belair. So then they don't try anything funny on Bianca Belair after she just went through a grueling match with Becky Lynch. So Becky Lynch is sort of face. I wouldn't necessarily say teaming with Bianca Belair, but she's a face now, saying that by standing next to Bianca as these three heels stand in front of them. It's pretty cool to see Bayley back. I was never really the biggest fan of Bayley, but I'm interested to see what she's going to do with Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. That ought to be pretty good. Moving over here, it was The Miz versus Logan Paul. Of course, we had Tommaso Ciampa and Maryse on ringside. This match was pretty freaking good. Logan Paul, people hate on him. I know the reasons why. But you can't deny that he's one of the hardest workers in the business. Dude, you could definitely tell he just wants this match to be special. He wants this to be good for the fans. He definitely trained for this. And the highlight of this match, for sure, I mean, it was a good wrestling match. I did enjoy it. But the highlight of this match was definitely when Logan Paul jumped off the freaking top rope, top of the steel post, and he launched himself, Shawn Michaels style, all the way to the announce desk, right through The Miz. I was like, holy Jesus, it was freaking nuts. The impact was so whiplash. It was like, boom, and The Miz just gets wrecked right through the announce desk. That really woke me up. I was like, holy crap, that just happened. And then Logan Paul sends it back in the ring, hits him with the skull-crushing finale. Same thing that Logan Paul got done to him at WrestleMania when The Miz turned on him, and then sent a little payback to The Miz. He chugs the thing of Prime at the end, which I thought was cool. Reminded me of Stone Cold, just with his own little spin on it with the Prime, because that's his own drink. So I thought that was cool. Yeah, this was great. I like Logan Paul. I like The Miz. This was really good. Moving over here, it was Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin, 1-on-1. This match was pretty freaking good, dude. We saw some back and forth action between Pat McAfee, Happy Corbin. In the end of the match, we saw Pat McAfee hit a low blow on Corbin when the referee was distracted because Corbin almost ran into him. And then Pat McAfee was able to put him away with sort of like a sunset flip off the top rope into a pinning combination, and then he pinned him 1, 2, 3. I thought that was pretty cool way to pick up the victory, getting a little payback with a low blow, because of course Corbin hit him with a low blow on SmackDown a couple weeks back, or a week back. So that was pretty cool. He got redemption. I loved Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary in this match. Corey Graves was for Corbin the entire time. Michael Cole was for Pat McAfee, his sideman, his commentator in crime. So that was awesome, bro. I loved them on commentary during this. And to see Pat McAfee pick up his second victory, undefeated in WWE, just like Logan Paul, it was pretty dang cool. Moving over here is Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey, one-on-one for the SmackDown Women's Championship. As far as the match goes, Ronda Rousey did dominate most of it. So I did kind of like that because it's realistic, Ronda Rousey, former UFC fighter. Liv Morgan's not going to get the best of Ronda Rousey. She's a lightweight. Ronda Rousey, if you will, is a heavyweight, dude. She went out there freaking just pissed off, right? And she was just beating down on Liv Morgan the entire time, nearly broke her arm in the end. We saw Liv Morgan, she had the armbar locked in on her by Ronda Rousey, but then Liv Morgan was able to sway the momentum of Ronda Rousey to turn it into a pinning combination while Ronda Rousey still had the armbar locked in. So Liv Morgan tapped out before the referee hit 3, but of course the final decision was Liv Morgan retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship, even though she should not have, because Ronda Rousey technically won because Liv tapped out before the ref hit 3 for Ronda to lose. Ronda got pissed and then basically just took out Liv after the match, and then took out the referee, Dan Angler. They had to have some officials come out. That was pretty cool. Just to show that Ronda Rousey's heated, very mad about the result of the match. Thought that was pretty cool. Moving over here, it was the Usos versus the Street Profits 2-on-2 tag team action for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. This match was nowhere near as good as their Money in the Bank tag team match, but it was still a good match. I did enjoy it. Flying over the top rope, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford both were. Montez Ford was able to hit his signature splash, but he wasn't able to pick up the victory. I thought he had it, but then the Usos were able to double team him up. Freaking take out Angelo Dawkins and pin Angelo Dawkins to pick up the victory and retain their Undisputed Tag Team Championship. So that's got to make you think, are they leaning more towards the storyline of Montez Ford versus Angelo Dawkins? Ford turns on Angelo Dawkins because he keeps on losing all the matches for them. I could see that happening because I just see the Usos and the Street Profits just done here. I think this is over. I just think it's over. Usos, they got the best of them twice now, so I really hope this is over. But like I said, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, I do think they're going to have a rivalry after this. Moving over here, it was the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic Mysterio going up against Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest. As far as this match in a whole, I didn't really like this match. It had the no disqualification rule on it, and they were still making tags. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. If your partner's getting taken out in the ring by two guys, wouldn't you just jump in there because there's no disqualification, Ray? Like, what are you doing? Like, this doesn't make any sense. They used a steel chair here and there, which I thought was really odd, but I finally figured out why they added the no disqualification rule to this, because Edge had to come out. Yes, Edge is back in WWE. He is back. He came out with the fire. He looked freaking awesome. Some shorter hair, even shorter than he cut it for Judgment Day. He had the glasses on, Brood-esque look. He ran down, helped out the Mysterios, pick up the victory over Finn and Priest, which I thought was pretty cool. Ray kind of botched the frog splash over the top rope to pick up the victory, but it didn't matter because it was all about Edge, in my opinion. Edge was out there, returned, got his redemption over the Judgment Day, but I don't think it's over between Edge and the Judgment Day. Absolutely not. There's no way. Do I think it's over between the Judgment Day and the Mysterios? Yes. It's all about Edge and the Judgment Day now. Who is Edge going to recruit, though? Maybe the Mysterios. We will wait and see. But as far as the match in a whole, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but the Edge return was very cool. Moving over here, it was Austin Theory going up against Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. This is another match where I was just like, okay, it was a match, some basic stuff that they kind of could have done on Monday Night Raw, I'm not going to lie. In the end, we saw Bobby Lashley lock in the Hurt Lock on Austin Theory. I did not think Austin Theory was going to win this whatsoever, so that didn't help either. Bobby Lashley retained his United States Championship. Theory takes another L, basically, yeah. Not looking too good as Mr. Money in the Bank. Moving over here, Riddle rushes the ring, jumps the barricade, and he grabs a microphone. I'm like, oh my God, what the heck's going on? Riddle grabs a microphone. He's like, Seth Rollins, you put our match in jeopardy. We can't have our match anymore. This sucks. He's like, get out here and let's fight. Seth Rollins comes out. I thought that was pretty cool. He was running down to the ring, outrunning the security, which I thought was kind of funny. He runs in the ring, and then he ends up curb stomping Riddle. I'm like, Riddle, you asked for the curb stomp. And then Michael's like, no, Seth, don't do it. I'm like, dude, do it. Riddle asked for this bullcrap. He's got an injured neck, and he's coming out here asking for more. That's just stupid in my opinion. But as far as this entire promo deal goes, I thought it was pretty good. We didn't get Seth versus Riddle. But obviously Riddle's not injured because Seth ended up curb stomping him anyway, so they just wanted to postpone the match, expand the storyline a little more, which, okay, I understand. But yeah, they gave us the promo, so add a little to it. I do like that. Moving over here, we had one of the craziest main events on a pay-per-view I've ever seen in my entire 10 years of watching WWE. Yeah, you heard me right. This is one of the craziest, wackiest, most nut job, freaking jack off, crazy freaking nuts main events, freaking just last man standing matches I've ever seen. This was nuts. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Undisputed Universal Championship. As you can see, the ring has no figures in it because it's levitated. Not by a tow truck. It was levitated by a tractor. I just don't have a tractor. But anyways, Brock Lesnar makes his entrance down to the ring in a effing tractor. What? He was just able to fit down the freaking barricade walkway, and I was like, oh my God, why the heck is he in a tractor? He pulls up by the ring. He jumps off the thing after the introductions are dumped, like the dumper, like the thing that like hauls the dirt. He jumps off of that on top of Roman Reigns. This match starts getting going. They brawl out into the crowd by the scaffolding holding up the canopy covering the ring because it was an outdoor arena, and I was just flipping out, bro. This match was so hype. I loved this match so much. Brock Lesnar later in the match, he used the freaking tractor with the freaking bucket on the front to dump Roman Reigns in the ring. I thought that was cool. And then, of course, the freaking highlight of the match, in my opinion, he used the tractor to pick up the ring while Roman Reigns was in this corner, and it sent Roman Reigns tumbling down the freaking ring. I thought that was such a cool visual. I was going crazy. Me and Dink were watching this, and we were just going nuts. Brock Lesnar F5'd freaking Paul Heyman through the announce desk. He F5'd Paul Heyman through the announce desk. The Usos come out, hit a double super kick, which looked wicked, by the way. I thought he killed Jimmy Uso. He did a suplex to both Usos, by the way. Both on their heads. I thought they both died. So that was freaking nuts. In the end, Roman Reigns, the number advantage was too big for Brock Lesnar. The Usos, Roman Reigns, he used the titles to bash his face in, not once but twice. And Brock Lesnar could not get to his feet after the Usos and Roman Reigns buried him with steel stairs, chairs, announce desk, steel steps, chairs, announce desk parts. It was freaking nuts. You could see Lesnar under there. And I loved Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary here. Corey Graves and Michael Cole would be like, yo, you got to get some help out here. We got to get somebody to unbury Lesnar. He hasn't moved. Like, I don't know what happened to the commentary, but they gave him more freedom. They had to have given them more freedom because I was noticing the commentary. I normally block out the commentary when I watch a wrestling show on WWE because it's brutal. But now it's like, holy crap, I'm hearing the commentary. This is some good points. This is some good crap I actually want to listen to. So hats off to Corey and Michael, literally. As far as the Raw commentary team, mid. But Corey Graves did take part for Pat McAfee because he had to wrestle a match against Corbin. But yeah, and then Corey Graves started unburying Lesnar, and then Roman was posing with the belts. This was just freaking awesome, bro. So awesome. I know some people don't like how Roman retained. I understand. But I just freaking loved this main event so much, dude. Literally, I don't know if it's just spur of the moment I'm saying that because I just watched it, but this was awesome. I freaking loved it. Like, look at this site. Look at this. This is freaking nuts. But yeah, guys, that was SummerSlam. Let me know what you guys thought of the show here in 2022 down in the comments down below. I thought it was freaking nuts. Let me know what you guys thought. Out of 5, I'd give this show a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Yeah, I didn't like certain matches, but even the matches that I didn't really like, they were decent matches. You know what I'm saying? It was just a decent wrestling show. I enjoyed it, man. It was good. 4 out of 5. Hats off to Triple H. Not sure if most of this was already written when Vince was still here. I would assume a decent amount of it was. But Triple H definitely added his little spin on it, I guarantee you. But this was great. This was great. This was great. I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed watching this pay-per-view. But yeah, guys, that was SummerSlam setup style. 4 to 5 for this one. I really enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe to the channel. BrettO Live. And the Tribal Chief. Acknowledge him, baby. Out.